Satoshi here, and wow, guys. So, today I'm going to be talking to you about why it's time to hire a new YouTube CEO. Many of you may not know this. However, there's actually been a lot of talk about the work that Susan has done at YouTube, and a lot of content creators are not very happy with how she's treated creators, how she's been handling issues. Furthermore, Susan has chosen not to actually attend the uh, the questions the by the government. So, for example, she was called YouTube was called in to explain themselves before Congress, and Susan just didn't show up. They basically just sent an attorney, and this was a lot of this was also regarding things like PragerU videos, stuff like that, that were being censored on the platform. Susan does have a channel on YouTube, however, she's not as active. However, there is another person named Tom Leung. Many of you will know Tom from Creator Insider. And I would just like to say that I think that Tom would make an excellent CEO. And I know there's a lot of other people who may potentially feel that way. I mean, the video you're watching right now is basically a video, the latest video where he discusses the COVID 19, for those of you that know what that is. And he provides updates like monetization updates, creator updates, and a bunch of other things. He's very active on the platform. He has his own YouTube channel, and he's been around for at least a couple of years, to my understanding. He's extremely knowledgeable about what's happening on the platform from the top down to the very bottom. And it is no it's really a it's a really a very it's a no-brainer, to be honest, that Tom would be hired. Another very interesting thing about Tom is that he is pro crypto. So Tom is actually supporting he was supporting Andrew Yang for president. And this is actually very, very serious because he was saying, he was under the Yang gang. Now, as many of you know, Andrew Yang is a pro crypto former presidential runner. I do believe, however, we have not seen the last of him. He will likely be the vice presidential nominee to run alongside Bernie Sanders in the fall, because Joe Biden is not going to be the he's not going to get the presidential nomination. All right. If he does, then Bernie Sanders will run as an independent and win. So this is actually quite profound. Trump is not going to win in the fall. The reason why Trump is not going to win in the fall is because even people who support him won't be able to vote for him simply because of their poor economic situation. You have to remember that in cases of panic, especially with the COD, 30% unemployment, and all of these things, Trump asking people to just be patient and ride it out it's not going to happen. What's up, David? David's in the chat. It's not going to happen. So Trump, this is it. This is the end of his term. He's not going to be president. He is not going to be president in the fall. I mean, after the fall. I mean, probably before. I know you're like, what? Again, that's a story for another day. But more than likely, the presidential frontrunners are going to be Bernie Sanders and Steve Yang and Andrew Yang. Andrew Yang, by the way, it was actually his idea to send out checks for $1,000 or $1,200, which is what Donald Trump is doing now. Bernie Sanders has been talking about democratic socialism for quite some time. With 30% unemployment rate, I want you guys to understand that they have no other choice but than to actually hand out money, than to provide a universal income. Who has been promoting the concept of a universal basic income? Between Bernie Sanders and Andrew Yang. Andrew Yang being a crypto-friendly presidential campaigner, he is also going to be the person that probably a lot of Democrats also get behind especially since they want to create their own Fed coin. Now, consider this. He would be someone that would potentially be able to facilitate that change. So this makes him popular all over. Bernie, on the other hand, he's popular with everyone. So getting back to the whole YouTube CEO thing, consider this, that Tom Leung would probably be the best choice for the next CEO. And he's somebody that we need now, because look at what's happening around the world. Where is Susan? Leaving him. I mean, I don't even know if she put out an update on Twitter. Whenever something goes wrong, Susan disappears. And the most that we see of her is like an interview here and there on channels that she's carefully chosen, like Game Theorist, and then with and then she's gone again. So I think that it's a really good idea. It's something very good to consider that Tom Leung would potentially be a very good choice for the next CEO of YouTube because he's very engaged with the audience. But plain and simple, regardless if Tom becomes CEO or not, I don't think Susan will likely not be CEO for considerable for much more time. Give it a year or a few years. She's going to be out soon, and the reason why is that she may even leave voluntarily to avoid very, very serious issues that are going to on security factors that are going to be that are going to occur, because Alphabet, the parent company of Google and YouTube, they right now are essentially bordering on violating federal guidelines, protections, consumer safety. I mean, privacy. All of these things are basically being violated by YouTube. And then we also have the factor of content creators on YouTube. Are they employees? Okay, no. So are they consultants? About that. So all of those things are going to end up going before the House, before the Senate. And I honestly believe that Susan, YouTube does not have a friend in the room, because both the Democrats and the Republicans can agree on one thing, and that is that they don't like social media. Okay. To my subscribers that are currently living in the United States, I want to share with you that things are definitely going downhill. Where I am right now, they're actually closing down all the stores in a couple of days. So the stores are going to be closed. It's going to be a nightmare factor. I actually went to a Sam's Club today here in Mexico, bought up a ton of food. We're going to buy some more, and we're buying up tons of paper. We're buying up tampons. Remember when I told you guys about that? And we're going to be selling them to people who are panicking, because I heard that the last time when Hurricane Velma hit here, you couldn't find an open store anywhere, and a single cigarette was going for 20 pesos, which is basically more than $1. So we're going to be selling them for 25 pesos or maybe even 30 pesos a cigarette. So 25 pesos a cigarette, 20 pesos in a box, and you can get a box as cheap as 27 pesos. That's 500 pesos for a single box of cigarettes, which basically gives us a really, really sweet profit of 483 pesos. So we make almost a cool 25 bucks, per pack of cigarettes that we sell. Buy them by the carton, and there you go. It's really going to be making a huge difference. Even the street vendors are disappearing where I am. So that's something to consider. If you guys want to ensure that you can survive, thrive, and make it to see tomorrow, then I do want to recommend that you stop playing around and you start actually taking this thing seriously. Don't forget, we have this amazing course called Live Cheap Off the Grid in Any Country Using Crypto. And basically this course teaches you the best crypto-friendly countries that expats can flee to, all right? You will learn the best countries, not only for crypto, but also off-the-grid living, cheap expenses, how to survive in these countries, benefits of living in these countries, and much more. Full details of the courses are listed below, which is a really great thing for you guys, okay? And basically, we'll just go over them real quick. You learn the most crypto-friendly countries for expats to flee to. You learn how to survive off the grid using only crypto. You also get instant travel requirements for foreigners to enter and live in any country, virtually any country in the world. Instant travel requirements for any country. Instant living expenses calculated for any country. Instant cost of living in all of these countries. And also you learn about the secret hidden pleasures and the reasons why you might want to live in these countries. So the things like, for example, some places in Mexico, they have these things called cenotes, which are these kind of like hot springs. They're basically like these giant natural pools that you can go swim in. It's really cool thing to check out. But I'm just giving you these examples. So I mean, that's everything. And for those of you that think that you're going to pull it off and do all the research, good luck. But we have this course for you right here. It's usually $2,000. You get it for $299.99 right now, and it's going to tell you how to get the hell out of the U.S. and or whatever country you're in right now, and you'll figure out where to go, how to live cheap, no matter how much money you have, so you can survive. Don't you guys remember what I told you for years? Get your passports ready. Get your passports ready. And a lot of people didn't listen to me. And now many of you are probably wishing you had gotten your passports ready. Or when I told you it's time to get out of Dodgetown, many of you didn't listen. I talked for years about this. I tried to prepare you guys for years. No one listened. No one listened. You guys remember when I told you Bitcoin was going to crash down, was going to have to see a massive crash, maybe below 6,000, and many of you didn't believe me. And then what happened? I said, forgive me if I'm off by a few days or a few weeks. Oh, and boom. Not too long after, Bitcoin experienced a massive crash. Now it's back up to like 6,000, 7,000, right? And many of you are like, well, but it went back up, Angry. Yeah, guess what? I think Bitcoin will crash down maybe by this summer or even the fall. But maybe by this summer, Bitcoin will crash down to maybe as low as $2,000 per coin or less than 2,000 per coin. But I honestly could see it easily going below 3,000 at this point. If you guys want to know why that's the case, why Bitcoin may actually collapse well below $3,000 per coin and when it's going to happen and all the details, you can also check out our amazing course that we just put out for you not too long ago, which is actually going to teach you how to time the crypto market in 2020. This course is $399. It's a $3,000 course. I'll sum it up for you. You get cryptocurrency top 10 market predictions for 2020, cryptocurrency behavior schedule based on annual events and holidays, and how to predict the markets using global factors, war, political, social, etc. So basically, and I'll read the description to you. In 2020, as the markets are going up and down around the clock, war, recession, presidential elections, poverty, and so much more are gripping Americans. Ironically, as all of these things are happening, the cryptocurrency markets are heating up once again. Many people are now tempted to jump in. Seasoned long-term investors can look at the market behavior and realize that there's clearly something odd happening within the markets. Guys, the market shouldn't be at 7,000 right now. All right. So in this course, you will learn how to time the market in 2020. This course will account for events such as presidential elections, seasonal events, holidays, political events, illness, global epidemics, various other factors that lead to war. This course is different from the other courses in the respect that it is a premium course. All right, so premium courses usually have a significantly higher price than other courses. Okay, and but ultimately, this course is going to be the one that will appeal to a wide audience of people. Because the course will not only be affordable to a smaller group of people, but who are wanting to learn and invest themselves. But this information was developed using statistical facts and chart patterns from the prior decade to determine the future market performance of coins in 2020, especially Bitcoin. So that's what I have for you guys. John says, David Strong says, what about Litecoin? You know what? Litecoin, honestly, David, I'm not going to give it away. I've been giving away information for free for a long time. So if anyone wants to find out what's going to happen with Litecoin, Litecoin is discussed in the course, then they can go ahead, they can pick up the course and they can learn and find out what is going to happen with Litecoin. But I'm not giving out any more free information because I've been doing this for years. I've been teaching for years. Now, if you want to learn, go pick up a course. You can get it it's on sale right now. But that's what I'm doing for people right now, David, because you know what I mean? Like I don't owe anyone anything. I've given away so much. So now if you want to, I mean, good things cost good money. All right. That's it. Let me see. John says, not after the heavenly supply shock sets in. Correct. The heavenly supply shock. Guys, I'm telling you, like, food is going scarce. Food is going scarce. People, like, I went to a store today. They were a big where you can buy things cheap. I went with my friend. They were only letting one person in at a time. One person in. Like, and my friend was like, "Oh, she's like, "Oh, it's just my friend." And they refused to let me in. They said only one person. Only one person. They were not allowing you to shop with friends or family. There were only one person with a card. It was something literally out of Bizarro land. All right? Literally something out of Bizarro land. And on Tuesday, all by Tuesday of this week, all the stores are going to be closed. So of next week. So yeah, guys, that's what's happening. That's everything. I say prepare as best you can. And if you don't, I mean, well, good luck to you. Anyway, guys, that's all I have for you. Love God, prepare for the worst, and I will catch you in the next one. Cheers. I'm serious. I'm just serious.